You in this morning just with the
I'm gonna let
scan.
him talk. I'm gonna swing by when he's done for 5 minutes or less, and then I'm gonna let you go. And we'll schedule your scans, not while you're here, because I was really just trying to solve it more time. Okay.
At least she's honest about it, right?
Yeah, I kind of figured it out, and I was really running out of questions.
Yeah,
I'm really losing patience with me.
I was getting ready to hit the door.
I know. You gotta wait till I come back, but literally we can be in and out.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. When we talked Friday, I knew we didn't have any spots, but to try to save you a trip, wanted to try to squeeze you in before this visit in your morning. And literally, I was walking by your door, and they said, "Oh, he just left." But that's okay. I apologize again. But the goal was to try to save you a trip from having to come separately to see me, because Dr. Flora called me Friday, right before I called you, to talk about your scan, which I presume Kendall told you about now, correct? And so that's why we sort of had a little bit of urgency and try to get you in. And are you doing okay in terms of side effects? Any symptoms recently? So you feel fine, you're doing fine, correct?
Yeah, I had a problem with my leg. It went numb and then started jumping up and down. I didn't have no control.
Mm-hmm.
And Kendall said it was due to the brain.
Potentially.
And she put me on a couple
Medicines.
medicines that really helped the leg.
How long have you been on those medicines now?
Let's see, when was it we picked them up?
2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Excellent. And no more since then, correct? No more problems with the
No.
leg? Okay. Did she show you your scans? Do you want to look at your scans, or?
She showed me where they was at and how big they was and from the brain.
Yeah, and I think partly because we can't do an MRI, correct?
Yeah.
We have to go based on these CT scans. The CT scans are good, but they don't necessarily tell us 100% of everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The MRI is a higher resolution picture, but we have to make the best of what we have.
Yeah.
And certainly for those 3 spots, I do think we should consider treatment. You finished your radiotherapy almost a year and a half ago, right? It looks like your hair is growing back and things. Yeah. And this time around, we probably have we have had enough time from your prior treatment that we should be able to do more, okay? If this scan had been 3 months after we just finished your brain radiation, we should not do more, okay? Because it's too hard on your brain to do more radiation that short term. But in a year and a half situation, this is definitely worthwhile. Left untreated, this will definitely cause you worsening problems. This was early seizure activity, okay? As that tumor gets bigger, that can get worse and potentially involve the whole side of your body, and ultimately can become life-threatening in a matter of months, okay? That's why we had some urgency in terms of wanting to try to get you in to see us. Treatment, as you know, you've been through, it's a high-powered x-ray. You can't hear it, feel it, smell it, see it. Doesn't make you glow in the dark, right? You don't have to avoid other people or kids. I think once we have our scan done, I'd like to make a decision on whether we should do the same type of treatment we did last time, okay, which was a 2-week regimen to a certain dose. This time around, it would be a 2-week regimen to a lower dose, okay? Our alternative is to just go after those spots. The upside to doing that is that that's a lot easier on you, okay? You don't lose all your hair, you don't get the same fatigue. It's as little as 3 treatments, and then we're done. 3 big doses to a small area, then we're done.
That's the part that sounds good.
I know.
Them 10 treatments last time just about got me. Ooh.
Fatigue and things.
Yeah.
I might lean a little bit more towards that. However, the downside to that is that I don't have an MRI, right? So if there's tiny spots somewhere else in your brain, I don't know about them.
Yeah.
right? Because the CT scan only gets us so much information.
Well, I offered to get that out, and you said, no,
Get what you mean the shard?
the metal.
Yeah, it's a shard, right?
Yeah,
And is that it right there?
yeah, you can see it,
Yeah,
but it's real deep.
yeah.
And I've been, my son brought me a magnet down,
Mm-hmm.
and I put that magnet on there and put a Band-Aid on there, and
Does it attract?
you could feel it, but it's still not completely out.
No, but it does pull with the magnet,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You can put the magnet on her, and it'll pull the skin out.
Yeah.
You know?
And see, that's what we don't want to happen when you're in the MR,
Yeah.
right? But this is not an unusual situation, right? Because you have a shard, but other patients might have pacemakers, other things, or
Yeah.
other shards deep in their body. So it's not a deal breaker for us, it's just a reality. And even actually today, if we said, let's get a general surgeon to cut it out, we could do that, if that's what you want. But I don't know. I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. How long did your fatigue last time? So once we finished in October, how long did it take for you to recover?
It took a while. I don't know exactly how long it was, but
But weeks, months, what would you say?
it was probably weeks.
Sure. So this time around, if we can, you want to do the targeted, correct? Okay, we'll work with that.
And you said it would be, what, 3 of them?
So remember, we have to make that mask, right? Then from there, it takes us about a week to get our plan done, and then that treatment is every other day. 3 treatments, then we're done.
Yeah.
Okay? When I do my scan, it's a little bit different than the one you had. If we find anything else, we'll let you know, and we might change some plans, but that's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
You want me to go through anything else in terms of logistics, side effects?